Hello everyone, I'm Reem. I'm a student in private schools. We live in a beautiful city. There's a lot to do and see here. So I'd like to show you some of these beautiful attractions and glimpses of Konya. And my friends will join me doing this. So come with me now and let's take a nice tour around the city all together. Çatalhöyük is located overlooking the Konya Plain, southeast of the present-day city of Konya in Turkey, approximately 140 kilometers from the twin-cone volcano of Mount Hasan. The eastern settlement forms a mount which would have risen about 20 meters above the plain at the latest time of the Neolithic occupation. There is also a smaller settlement mound to the west and a Byzantine settlement a few hundred meters to the east. The prehistoric settlement mounds were abandoned before the Bronze Age. A canal of the Çarşamba River once flowed between two mounds and the settlement was built on an alluvial clay which was favorable for early agriculture.
Eflatun Pınar is located about 22 kilometers north of the town of Beyşehir. It has 19 stone blocks which is formed as half of cube shape. Some excavation led to the discovery of the lower part of the monument.
There are some turtles and little tiny fish in the pond which has a rectangular shape with the sides about 30 and 35 meters long. It is surrounded by low brickwork. An elderly lady is selling some woolen socks and caps beside the pond. There is three front bodies, part of bull stones at the entrance after passing the little bridge. I spent an hour here to take pictures and see all. This is Eşrefol Mosque in Beyşehir. The plan of the mosque is rectangular, 31.8 by 46.55 meters. But the corner at the northeast side is enlarged to make room for the main portal. The dimensions of the portal are 7.1 by 10.1 meters. There are two smaller gates and 35 windows. The roof is supported by 42 wooden columns. The length of each column is 7.5 meters. Their diameter is 40 centimeters. After 7 centuries, unlike most other Selçuk wooden buildings, this mosque survived and it is used for regular services. The wooden columns are made of cedar and, according to oral tradition, they were soaked in Beyşehir Lake for 6 months before going used in the building. At the center of the mosque, there is a snow pit. Up to relatively recent times, the pit was used to be filled with snow from the nearby mountains. This snow both cooled the mosque during the summers and supplied the necessary humidity to the wooden infrastructure. On 15 April 2011, the mosque was included in the list of World Heritage Tentative List. Hello, it's a really windy day today. Lake Beyşehir is a large freshwater lake in the Sparta and Konya provinces southwestern in Turkey. It is the largest freshwater lake in Turkey. It is 45 km long and 20 km wide.
This is Karatay Zoo. The zoo is located within the borders of Karatay district of Konya. This zoo, which is located in Akçeşme district, is the only zoo you can visit in the city. Needs of animals continue to arrive here. There are nearly 80 species and 500 animals here. Their cages are cleaned and their daily needs fulfilled every day.
Konya's Mevlana Cultural Center, 1 kilometer east of Konya Museum, plus Düşler Cemetery, is the world's grandest and most modern dervish hall. The center has a huge seminar hall and smaller space for other dervish-related and cultural activities.
At the very heart of Konya, in more ways than one, is the Mevlana Museum, the former dervish hall that now hosts the tomb of Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, founder of the Mevlevi dervishes, commonly called the whirling dervishes.
The Mevlana Museum is a place of pilgrimage for Muslims because Rumi is a saint. His poetic message of peace and love of Allah resounds to a far wider audience today than it did over 700 years ago. When Rumi preached and taught in Konya, and whirled in ecstasy through its streets. Muslim and non-Muslim pilgrims come from throughout the world to visit his tomb.
Yes. So it's a regular government-run museum. It's also a holy place. The museum is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. It's busiest in mid-morning and mid-afternoon. So the best time to visit is right when it opens, in the morning or at lunchtime. Plan to spend 30 or 45 minutes here.
Around the hill, you can visit Karatay Tile Museum. Karatay Medrese was built in 1251 by Emir Celalettin Karatay during the period of Second İzzettin Keykavus. Its architect is unknown. The medrese, which was also used during the Ottoman period, was abandoned at the end of the 19th century. Karatay Medrese, which has an important place in the tile artifacts of Anadolu Selçuklu period, was opened to visits in 1955 as Tile Artifacts Museum.
Through the door, first you enter a courtyard covered with a dome, and from here you get to the medrese through another door. The courtyard of the medrese is covered with the dome, with a bright lighthouse in the center and mosaic tiles. Verticals are written on the borders of the upper parts of the walls, on the dome pulley, and on the panels of the cell doors. Besmele and Ayatel Kürsi are located in the arch of the main house.
Alaaddin Hill is a large park in the center of Konya, containing the historic Alaaddin Mosque, remains of a citadel and other historic buildings. The mosque was constructed in stages between the mid-12th and mid-13th centuries. The eastern side of the park contains a large marble fountain cascading down the hillside. Like most urban parks, it has fountains, benches, planted trees and flower beds, and is a peaceful place to relax.
And this museum is called İnce Minare Museum. It was built between the years of 1258 1279 by Sahip Ata Fahrettin Ali, the wizard of the Selçuk Sultan Selim Keykavus, for Hadith studies.
The architect of building is Abdullah bin Kelip. The medrese belongs to the group of medreses with closed courtyards of the Selçuk period. It has single island.
When you walk down the street up to Mevlana Museum, you can see some of the mosques, both on your right and left-hand side. Let's see some of them.
İplikli Mosque, built in 1201-1202 AD to accommodate Friday prayers for the surrounding area, is considered one of the first examples of the mosque layout adopted by the Selçuk Sultanate in the 13th century. It is also one of just two Selçuk-era mosques in Anatolia built using bricks.
Aziziye Mosque is an Ottoman mosque in Konya. It's well known for the columnate balcony of its minarets, rarely seen in Turkish mosques.
High-speed rail is a type of rail system that runs faster than traditional rail using an integrated system of specialized rolling stock and dedicated tracks. High-speed trains are connecting Ankara, Istanbul, Konya, Eskişehir, İzmit, Bilecik, and Karaman with a speed up to 215 km per hour. Trains have economy and business class seats and business compartment. In some lines, there are dining service. High-speed trains are popular and tickets are sold out very fast. It would be good to buy the tickets in advance.
Silla is a nice district that you can always visit near Konya. It is 5,000 years old with churches, museums and historical places. There is a time museum where you can see very old clocks. You can relax in cafes with your friends and family. You can also do lots of shopping and visit the candle house.
Ayelen Church, one of the masterpieces of Christian Orthodox, was built on behalf of Empress Mother and was dedicated to Christ. The church was restored during the reign of Sultan Mahmud II as well. Ayelen Church was being restored recently and been opened to visitors. And church is a must please host visitors in order to see beautiful frescoes.
Time Museum, also known as Sille Chapel, was restored in 2012 and took its place in tourism. It is the first time museum in Turkey and lots of rare pieces are exhibited from the times of Ottomans and Turkish Republic. This is Sille Museum. You can see a lot of historical things here.
The butterfly house was built by the municipality of the Selçuklu, next to the Selçuklu Flower Garden. It's first butterfly sanctuary in the country and has a butterfly flight area of 1,200 square meters. It's kept at a constant temperature of 26 Celsius and 80% humidity. All year long in a city with a cold, semi-arid climate.
The stadium was laid in 2012 and it was completed in 2014. It is the 5th technological stadium in the world and also it has 42,000 spectator capacity.
Hi, my name is Ursula Irick Turgood and I'm here to tell you about Konya Sports Stadium. That's right, this stadium is one of the best stadiums here in Konya. It can hold 42,000 people in its stadium. This stadium, you can play EU games, national games, the Olympics can be played here at this stadium. This stadium is also part of the Konya Olympic Village. So I'm inviting you here to Konya Sports Stadium to enjoy a game. Bye-bye.
Konya Science Center, where you can experience and study different scientific events. It is the first science center in Turkey supported by TÜBİTAK.
This center was first opened in April 2014. It has 235 exhibition units. The center is quite easy to reach thanks to many transportation opportunities. The main purpose of this place is to create a demand for scientific curiosity and learning scientific facts. Konya Airport is a military air base and public airport in Konya. The airport is also used by NATO, opened to the public in 2000. The airport is 18 km from the city. It is located on an large area. Konya Airport is home to the 3rd Air Wing of the 1st Air Force Command of the Turkish Air Force. It has parking area for about 300 cars. You can fly to various European countries and cities directly from here, such as Amsterdam, Cologne, or Copenhagen. Opposite the center, we can see only a small part of industrial areas of Konya. I'd like to ask our foreign languages coordinator, Mr. Hamish, about industry in our city. Mr. Hamish, could you inform us about the industry here?
Of course, Rim, thank you very much. Konya industry has been increasing its product range day by day. Our city is a production area, especially with defense industry, sectors of rail systems, automotive, machines and equipment, metal, agriculture and food, rubber and plastic, packaging, furniture, wooden products and shoemaking and lots of things. There are various organized industrial zones in Konya. The production here is performed in 40 different sectors and more than 50,000 employees are employed. That's too much. The products are exported to more than 200 countries and the export rate of Konya in the whole country is 95%.
Now I'm in the office of our founder, Mr. Greco. Hello, sir. How are you?
Thank you very much. How about you?
I'm doing good, thanks. We already looked around a glimpse of our city, but what are the glimpses of Huma?
What are the glimpses of Huma?
Yeah.
There are just 2 words: persistence and quality. That's all.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.